Hi guys, welcome to this new video. This is a gouache speed paint inspired by Van Gogh's Starry Night. Although it doesn't really end here. Indeed, while searching for reference, I bumped into some Dear Uncle Vincent's quotes that made me reflect quite a bit. So I decided to turn this simple voiceover into some random rambling about finding oneself. I'll have quite a long speech about this topic since I've been through such a research just some time ago, but I honestly think we'll have enough time to cover it. So without any further ado, let's get started. The first quote I came across was this one. I try more and more to be myself, caring relatively little about whether people approve or disapprove. This one has actually been my first step towards realization. One of the things I've always been told was to ignore others' thoughts about me. Obviously, it's easier said than done. Indeed, even though I've always known it was right, it took me more than 5 years to actually reach the acknowledgement. I've always believed in my own personality and independence, but I also always wanted to reach certain canons in my life, and those canons mostly met others' expectations. For example, I was pretty alternative in middle school, and I hung out with people that were pretty similar to me. Therefore, I imposed myself not to listen to more commercial music. Obviously, this one's a classic, I know, and luckily at that time it was just restrained to that kind of stuff. But now, imagine my 14-year-old self stepping into the most serious relationship she had ever had. The first problem with this was that the old me firmly believed in thoughts such as, I can change for the person I love as long as they keep loving me and they fill me with their love. The second problem was that the other person obviously wasn't okay with doing the same. The third problem was that the other person kept up some serious expectations for stupid things, such as taste in music, anime, manga, video games, etc. The result was that the old me soon started broadening the amount of expectations on her own self, by incorporating not only her boyfriends but also her parents, her teachers, and herself. Anxiety came in and, alongside a toxic relationship, it made her life impossible. At one point, I put an end to that relationship and I tried taking care of myself in order to heal. What will life be if we have no courage to attempt anything, says Papa Van Gogh. And yeah, of course, you need to take courage to make important steps. The point is that it's not as easy when it's about love. What's done in love is done well, Vincent also says. But what kind of love? Self-love? Romantic love? After almost a year, I reached the conclusion that you need to clear your mind before understanding how to act. And that quote is valid just as long as the love you are feeling is true, healthy, and makes you feel at your best. Otherwise, it's not love. Going on, ending a relationship and starting again isn't easy when you feel like you've lost your own identity. One must work and dare if one really wants to live. And Vincent's right once again. Indeed, it meant for me to start again, since I spent most of my day talking on the phone with my ex, and at the time, I had nothing to do but to fill my hours with games, books, and TV series. Also because I didn't have as many friends, or at least I didn't have such a strong bond with them as I have now. I had to work a lot to get on my feet again, but in the end, I think I pretty much succeeded. There's nothing more artistic than to love people. In a certain sense, that's what I started doing. And no, I haven't set up a dating app account. I simply started meeting new people, and I started reconsidering the old ones I already knew, but to whom I didn't pay enough attention before. I acknowledged that you can learn life lessons from anybody, even those you feel completely distant to you in behavior and morals. I know, sounds foregone, but I never actually believed in such a thing. People started inspiring me, and I started taking into consideration the possibility to broaden my horizons. At the same time, I was finally abandoning the idea to run after my ex again. And I did that a couple of times, yeah. My past self-love was kinda non-existent. Anyway, I must admit it hasn't been as easy as it seems now that I'm telling the story, but I must reassure you that anybody can go through this. It's not impossible since, as the well-known artist says, the heart of man is very much like the sea. It has its storms, it has its tides, and in its depths, it has its pearls too. And even if you believe you've lost your identity, be sure you still have it somewhere deep down, because your brain is not as inconsiderate as you, and it has hidden it for the people who truly deserve to see it. It's hard, I know, but you're the only one who can find a way to overcome what you're going through. Of course, if you need someone to confide with, you can always tell me about your experiences on Instagram direct or via email if you don't want to comment below. I'll always try replying as soon as possible. Remember, you need to strive to overcome difficulties, but to top it off, here's Vincent's last life tip. I believe that it may happen that one will succeed, and one must not begin to despair, even though one sometimes feels a kind of decay, though things go differently from the expected. It is necessary to take heart again and have new courage. For the great things are not done by impulse, but by a series of small things brought together. And great things are not something accidental, but must certainly be willed. And that's it, guys. Feel free to discuss what I just talked about in the comments below. I'll be available to open any conversation, so feel free to share your ideas. Plus, if you liked this video and if you would like more videos like this one, let me know in the comments below again. See ya in the next video, guys. Bye!